Hi, everyone. My name is Camellia. I am a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, also known as a PMHNP. I'm also a nursing and mental health enthusiast. And I actually am getting on here just to briefly talk about something that's somewhat not related to the PMHNP role. And it's more of a global thing that I wanted to discuss because I've gotten a lot of questions from people from various walks of their nursing journey. Some of you have decided to pursue nursing and you are considering advancing your degree. And a lot of the questions that I've gotten have been, what do you think about, and most people will just kind of talk about what has been going on with them and whether I think it's a good idea. But I just wanted to sort of pause here and talk about the fact that it's not really, one of the things that I respond to people by saying is that, there are lots of different factors that play a part in your decision making, whether it's your decision making to become a nurse or to become a nurse practitioner or to advance your degree and be a nurse educator. There are so many factors that are involved in that. And so in most cases, what I have people to consider is to really connect with what your why is and what are some of the reasons that you want to pursue whatever that role is. This has come up quite often, at least over the last couple of years since we've been in this climate of change. And one of the things that I have really just keyed in on with nurses and those that I've mentored, those that I've coached, is to really focus in on what drives you. What is your why? And I actually did a blog a while back, over a year ago, and talked about, whether I thought it was worth it for me to pursue an advanced degree. And one of the things that I mentioned was the alignment that the advanced degree has with my advanced degree as a PMHNP and the role, what alignment I can actually achieve with my why. And, with that said, I don't think there's anything that can outweigh your motivation, the motivating factors that you can really sort of hone in on with a decision around your career or anything that you do, just, life-wise. So there are a few questions that I want to probe you guys if I can. And these are questions that I've considered myself when I was at sort of a crossroads of where do I go from here? What am I really seeking? What do I want? And how am I going to achieve it? And why will it be important for me to achieve it? The other thing to remember is a lot of, many times there are points where you may actually pursue something because of money or because of autonomy. But remember that though there are days when those things will not feel like they're enough and that they won't weigh out to be significant enough for you to be satisfied or to have, any form of just being able to feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing and walking in your purpose. And so I definitely just like to say here that with these questions, they're really designed to help you kind of think about where you are in your career journey. Maybe you're making a pivot at this point. Maybe you're not sure of what you want to do. But these are some questions to think about. And the questions that I have are, do you find it fulfilling, enjoyable, or valuable? So whatever you're seeking, do you find it fulfilling, enjoyable, or valuable? And does it bring meaning to your life, or will it bring meaning to your life? Question number 2 is, do you find any points of it stressful or anxiety provoking? If so, if there is any point of that, does the fulfillment and the enjoyment and the value outweigh those negative sort of side effects that you can potentially have with whatever you choose to do? If you did not meet need or want a salary, is this something you would still be doing? I can tell you guys just from a point here that there are times where the money won't seem worth it. It doesn't matter where you are in your career. There are times where, for example, for me as a PMHNP, I get pulled, so significantly that it seems like, the money is not even, it doesn't match up to what I'm actually having to put out, or the work and the effort that I'm having to put out. And I will say that the majority of my career has not been that way, and I'm very grateful for that. But it's important to remember that if you do have days where it seems like, you are being pulled on so much, daily, that you start to consider, is this really what I want to do? Then that may be a point where you should be pivoting or thinking about something different. But remember that there are going to be those days, regardless of what you choose to do, whether you want to become a nurse practitioner. So really focus in on, if money were not a factor, and it's not a factor for everyone, but if money was not a factor, is it something you would still be doing and enjoy doing? What talents, abilities, skills do you have? That can play into your role as a nurse, into your role as a nurse practitioner. So really kind of focus in on that from an individual perspective, and how can those talent, skills, and abilities translate to what you can offer to that role. Lastly, what are your core values, and which of those core values will be encouraged? Which of those core values will be promoted? And where will you be able to focus in on your attention that you can give to those core values with the role that you're pursuing, or the role that you're in? This is also important, guys, because many of us in the nursing community we're enduring nursing burnout, and we've heard that term. It's everywhere. In healthcare in general, that burnout is a factor. And what I will tell you is that if you are able to tap into your why are you doing this? I've had a lot of practitioners, come and say, me tapping into the reason that I'm doing this, why it's important for me to do this, has been able to propel me and keep me going. So at any point where burnout is a little bit more, it's potentially there, or the possibility of burnout is there, being able to focus in on kind of the core, and why did I start doing this? What are my, skills, talents, and abilities? How can this help me, to get closer to my core values? Those are the things that you will touch into that can be helpful to make this decision, but also that will help to sustain you in your career. I don't like sharing things that I haven't experienced. These are literally the things that I have actually had to do my own work on before and after becoming a nurse practitioner. I also, and I'll share this later, there was a point in my career in nursing that I was experiencing burnout. There was a point in my nursing career that I did pursue advanced education and decided that was not for me. And so I really hone in on this why, because a lot of what your efforts will be put toward, will be based on the next, journey, the next aspect of your journey, whether it's pursuing advanced education or, becoming a different type of nurse, or maybe it's outside of nursing altogether. But I can't focus and I can't stress it enough that determining your why are you doing this, and going through some of these questions to help you to fine tune that can be at least they were highly helpful for me. And they can hopefully be helpful for you if you are that person who's kind of right there on the cusp of, what do I do now? Guys, comment below if you have questions, concerns, or any other comments that you'd like to add, or if you found this video helpful. And I will see you guys in the next video.